Hello, God's own people. Today, I want to talk about a very, very sensitive topic, and that topic is under the series we started talking about and doing what is necessary. That is for my intending couples and even the singles. So today we'll be talking about genotype. Genotype is a genetic makeup of an individual, and genotype testing is a way of checking is a medical way of checking compatibility between two people that are willing, to come together to be in a relationship. So but before I start, I would like to say a very big shout out to people living with sickle cell and other genetic related issues. You are a fighter and you are a survivor. And my message for you today is this: that it is not your fault that you are born with whatever condition it is you're born with, but it's going to be your fault if you give birth or you birth another child with a sickle cell. It is not your fault that you're born with sickle cell, but it's going to be your fault if another child comes through you as a sickle cell. Now we have different genotypes. As we know, we have the AA, the AS, the SS, and we also have some like AC, SC, as and the likes. So now, under talking about and doing what is necessary, I need us to know that the issue of genotype, excuse me, is not something that you want to leave till later. The issue of genotype is not something you want to do when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. Now is the time you need to cross that bridge. Now is the time you need to have that conversation. Now is the time you need to go for that testing. Now is the time you need to make that tough decision. See, when we talk about making tough decisions, people are always scaring away from it. Like, people are always shying away from it, so to speak. But then it is something that is very, very important. In fact, I've heard some couples say that we love each other, and our love is going to conquer it all. There are some things that even love, when you love somebody, you let go. Letting go is one of the ways of showing how much you love somebody. You know what you stand to go through. You know the challenges you stand to go through if you forge ahead with it, and yet because you claim you love this person, you want to stay in the relationship. It is not even about you right now. It is about the innocent child that did not sign up for what you are about to make the child go through. As a midwife, I've been opportune to work on wards where we nurse sickle cell children, and trust me, it is not a palatable experience. The financial weight is there. The pain the child has to go through is there. And just in case you don't know, sickle cell does not have cure. It has management. You can manage it, but it doesn't have cure. And this is particularly to my Christian brothers and sisters who have seen God as a magician rather than a miracle worker. You see God as, oh yes, God can change our child's genotype when we give birth to the child. God can change my genotype, and you make God become you want to turn God to a magician. But God is not a magician, he's a miracle worker. Don't get me wrong, I strongly believe in miracles. I believe in signs and wonders. I believe strongly in what God can do. But there are some things that you don't, there are some things that you don't use to tempt God, knowing fully well that you are aware of this decision, but you decided to make it, and you want to put God on the spot. Yes, that's it. You want to put God on the spot, that God, yes, shebi, they said you're a miracle worker, you can change this story, change this. God do wonders, yes. He can even do it. It's not, there is nothing God cannot do, but there are some things that you have to decide. God has given you the capacity to decide on your own. The topic of the discussion of genotype is something you have at the very early stage of your relationship. And to people out there living with sickle cell, I need you to know that you need, no, see, it might be painful, it might hurt a lot, and trust me, I may not be able to relate directly with you, but I can understand perfectly how it feels like. getting walked away from because of your genotype. I can understand it perfectly. So don't say because you don't want this person to walk away from you. Don't say because, oh, I like this person so much and then I have to hide it or lie about your genotype because you don't want this person to leave you. Please don't do it. Resist the urge to do it. Don't do it. You will know the truth and the truth will set you free. The earlier you want to say the truth about your genotype, the better for you, the better for that unborn child you want to bring to the world. Don't do it. As a lady, as a guy, don't lie about your genotype and don't take unnecessary risk. Taking risk has helped a lot of people with some decisions, but there are some risks you don't take. And the risk of genotype is one thing that you don't want to take. Talk about your genotype. Go for testing together. Because I've seen cases where people decide that, okay, let's talk about our genotype, and for some reason or the other they have to lie about their genotype, or for some reason they even went to run the test and they bribed some people for some certain reason to give them a false result and stuff like that. You are not doing anybody, you are doing yourself. That person you lied to today, by the time you give birth to a child and the child end up becoming a sickle cell, you would have to still explain at some point how that child happened to be a sickle cell. And tell me how that marriage wants to survive. I once had an encounter with a patient's relative, a child. The mom was the one that stayed with him, and she was like, this trouble is too much. God, just take away this child. Just take this child back. And at that moment, as a medical personnel, you're not supposed to show your emotions in front of your client. I went to the restroom. I cried my eyes out. I felt the pain. For a mother to say that she would rather wish that God takes away that child from her than having that child go through that pain, you would understand how much pain she's going through herself. And to tell you, she's not even a sickle cell, she's AS, and she got married to an AS as well. And she wasn't lucky enough to have an AA child. She has 2 children and both of them are SS, and she's scared of even trying for the third because what if the third one is an SS again? So it goes beyond loving. It goes beyond love. It goes beyond feelings. It goes beyond what you think could be done. It goes beyond a lot of things that you can even think of or imagine. The pain is not going to be yours alone. The burden is not going to be yours alone. You're going to be putting burden on an innocent life. For some reasons that we might not know, our parents made decisions and they gave birth to most of us and some people that have sickle cell issues. But it is going to be in this very modernized world, in this very civilized world, it is going to be a shame, and I don't know, I don't even know how to qualify it, but it is going to be something very terrible for you to also bring out a child that is going to suffer from the same thing you suffered from. So to round this up and as a way of concluding, I would like to tell my intended couples and the singles to retrace your step. No matter the stage you are in that relationship, talk about your genotype. Get yourself tested. It is not going to do you a lot of good. It is going to do your unborn child a lot of good. Thank you. God bless you. Until we see next time, don't forget to follow, like, and share on all of our social media platforms. And I want to use this opportunity to also say happy new month to you all. I pray that this month you're going to experience new dimension of grace, new dimension of mercy, new dimension of every positive things your life desire. Until we see next time, bye.